All right, so I want to try doing something a little bit new. So yeah, it's going to be the first of a little series that I do where we are going to VOD review some games and we're going to see what we can learn from them. It's a 50 kill game on Psylock mostly, but I also played Squirrel for the second half. It's only a 15-minute game. I'm trying to learn Psy, so. I think timing is the biggest thing I got to learn. Going with the E. Dagger was really alone here. My aim could have been a lot better and I flicked off. But I got out before anything bad happened. And I pulled enough attention that it allowed our Groot to walk forward, I think. Oh, I got frozen, dude. Like, I'm strafing like a bot and I get frozen. Deserved. I almost missed that dash. I honestly should have died for that. And then I go for another flank. I catch the Moon Knight on his way back. Just absolutely melted. But then I dash into the team. Oh, damn. Okay, I get another kill. I thought I was gonna die there. I did not. We got away with that. Let's go. I think it's because I had another dash to get back out, so. I did like big shotgun damage and then got back out. All right. Not bad first point. I know that guy's low, so I go hunting for him. Big pick on the Moon Knight. Yeah. Not letting that Moon Knight play his game because it's so easy to dive him. Alright, Storm's too low to the ground and she gets punished. Nice. Damn, yeah, this team is just walking in way too fast. Like, they're just letting us stagger them. They finally backed up and now they're holding this choke until they can regroup. But I do have ult here too. But we also have all sup ults. Like, every support has their ultimate at this point. Fucking Moon Knight, man. Just shooting my tank and I'm getting hurt for it. Yeah, so I forced the healers out of the choke by pressing my ultimate there. It forced Cloak and Dagger to ult onto the point, but their Luna had to back up because of that, if you guys saw that. So even though I know that they have support ultimates, because I put it in that choke point where everybody was trying to walk through, what happened was it completely separated their healers. You see, Cloak and Dagger's really far forward, so she just presses ult and runs onto point. But Luna is so much further back here that she can't possibly get into the Cloak and Dagger ult without dying. So it forces her to back up. We kill her for it. The Bucky's now separated too. And so now there's only 3 or 4 people on point, whereas our whole team is here. Oh, they just start picking us. That's unfortunate. Only so much we could do. Cloak and Dagger ults are up. You just fucking shoot them until the ults go down, and then they have more people up than us. I honestly think my teammates just didn't play inside the ult and got killed for it. Or what happened to their Lunas, what happened to my healers too. Oh, and then our teammate is C9ing. I remember hearing this in the chat. My teammate was like, oh my god, guys, I'm C9ing them. It's okay. So we just get to walk up completely for free while our teammate's sitting on the fucking cart. And look at everybody's turning around. It makes so much space. Our Storm dies, but that's not that bad of a, like it wasn't a tank or a healer, so we don't suffer much because of that pick. Oh, and then we just die again, unfortunate. What happened there? They had Luna and Bucky. Okay, we had Invis Woman ult. Our Cloak is dead. When we were walking back here, we saw the Thor go to dive our healer, and I had to pick with either fight with my team on the point or try to help my healer with the Thor. So you see Thor's diving me. He presses ult, so I dodge the ult. My Cloak is really low, and I made the conscious decision that I was gonna hope that my Cloak could get to the health pack and get to the point in time. My Invis Woman is also in a spot where she can't really help her. But I made the conscious choice to ignore this Thor and try to help on point instead. But my Cloak did die because of that. I'm not sure if I fought that Thor. I don't think I could have saved her. I just wasn't able to do much on point either because both our healers were too focused on that Thor. So maybe helping them was the right choice there. I think actually it was. If both of our healers are focused on one thing, at least trying to get them out of that situation so that they can come back to the point as fast as possible. Like, that is definitely something that they need to be thinking about. Like, is it really worth me looking at this Thor when my team's dying on fucking point? But I'm not them. I'm Psylocke, so. Starting out with Storm ult. Oh, they're on Namor now too. They have no squids. They use all 3 squids. I've had a really big flank on the Luna. My Storm capitalized. Oh no, my Thor capitalizes on it. Yeah, we're just kind of running through them. Yeah, pressure the backline. Got picks. Nice. And that should be point 2. A really big opening pick there. Even though it's just the DPS, that Bucky was way overextended. I actually should have died right there. I genuinely should have fucking died. I didn't have my dash. I catch the Namor out with no team. That's something I'm trying to get a lot better at flanking characters, is seeing when people are separated and capitalizing off that. All you can do is sit and wait. And this ult was way too early on my end. Way too early of an ult. Something I keep doing that I gotta get, or think more consciously of, is how long the Cloak and Dagger ult is. I keep thinking it's 1 or 2 seconds shorter than it actually is. So I press my ultimate thinking it's gonna go down right now, but then it doesn't. And then my ultimate's done and the ult finally wears off as mine wears off. It's like actually waiting just a second or two longer, that ult would have been huge. And then I try to play inside of my Storm ult, but we just got punished, unfortunately. Yeah, I tried to play inside the Storm ult so that it was harder for them to shoot me. Just didn't quite work out. Yeah, that fight genuinely came down to my ultimate not being capitalized off of properly.
Don't give them another inch, or else.
I just had to wait 2 more seconds, that's it. Okay, nice. We got the Bucky. He overextended. His healers couldn't see him. Even though I know some people, like, usually you should not be focusing tanks, but in certain scenarios, like here, it's okay. Or, like, specifically on the Strange. Like, well, typically I would go for the squishies. When I see my whole team focusing down a tank, it was on the Strange. Here we go. Like, this guy walked really far forward, so his healers had a hard time seeing him. I think we might have had a pick or 2 on the healers, too. So at that point, even though there's squishies that I could be diving, if my team's focusing somebody down, it's good to help, you know? Oh yeah, they did have a healer, but the healer can't do enough. We're in the tank before the healers get back. And then even though Luna is ulting, I see that Bucky's outside of it, so I instantly jump on him and my Thor sees it too, and we're able to get a pick on him despite Luna ult being up. Oh, unfortunate. That was a good... The Strange ult ended up hitting my healers and we couldn't do anything against that, so we just died here. Wait, they lived that? That's crazy.
Us against the world.
But now they counter Cloak and Dagger ult. I get hooked and instantly killed. Bucky, man. Bucky's my #1 op, I swear to God. I hate that guy. Okay, so we're just gonna do a reset. Okay, I'm almost at ultimate. So at this point, we're just kind of looking for a good scenario. So I go in Invis. And I pick their Luna and I say, F this Luna. That Luna. Because she was so separated from her team, so I was like, fuck it. We're getting this chick. I was able to back up. That was good. I got around the corner so they couldn't kill me. My healers healed me up. Nice! Honestly, really big. I thought they were going to come out of this left door, and then they came out of the right door. But it doesn't matter. We burned him. Big Groot wall, dude. That Groot wall really was huge. It, like, completely restricted his movement and made it so easy for me to shoot him. From here, we just slog on them until we die. I'm sitting here in Viz begging for heals. Nice, big. Good shit. So that was attack side. And then I think for defense, I play Squirrel instead of Psylocke. Squirrel on this map on defense is so strong. Contrary to Psylocke, and it's why flankers are so hard for me to learn, honestly, it's because when I'm on characters like Namor or like Squirrel Girl or like Moon Knight, I'm thinking about doing as much damage as possible and always upkeeping as much pressure as I possibly can onto them. On flankers, it's a lot about timing, waiting until the perfect moment to dive, and then doing big big bursts of damage all at once. But on these characters, just like farming your ultimate and doing as much damage and as much pressure as you possibly can. It's a much different like mindset to get into, but I mean, I love Squirrel. She's so fun. Because you can get on Squirrel Girl and Moon Knight specifically, you can do so much damage and get your ultimate so fast that their healers probably won't even have theirs by the point that you get yours. And I think we'll see that in this first fight here. Yeah, doing as much pressure to the backline as possible. Get a pick on the Luna, big. The healers are so focused on their front line that they don't always get to look at each other. Oh, I have to wait for a heal here. I finally get it. And then I have ultimate. I'm whiffing on Luna. Okay, so I noticed that my team wasn't walking up and I was a bit confused as to where they were. So I turned around and saw that the Strange was belaying them. So because I'm actually in front of them, all I have to do is look back and he dies. And now my team can walk forward. And it's nothing but squishies. That Strange was way overextended, so being able to punish him for that was good. Even though I could be looking at the healers to pick them, like that's such a free pick. Luna's separated. I whiff on her. My team gets her. I'm just trying to find lineups as Squirrel Girl. Ricocheting the bombs off the ground, having them roll down. Even though they had Invis-Woman ult up, if they're not gonna walk up, I'm not giving up space. You know? Like, a lot of people I feel like would see this ultimate and their instinct would be to walk backward because, uh-oh, they have this space now. But you can still hug this corner and do you see, like, I still have no line of sight on them. But I can peek and put pressure. So even though they walk up here, you still have enough space to be able to play. Take the high ground, try to pressure the back line in case they aren't in the ultimate. I see they are in the ultimate, so I said fuck that and backed up. But now we have our own ultimates, and they burn both their supples. So it's just a wipe. Yeah, you guys saw they popped both of their support ults really, really early in that fight, and because of that, we still had ours. And so we were able to get the last support ult out. This meta really is support focused, unfortunately. Even if you're not playing triple sup, the fights will almost always come down to when your support ults get used. If you are the first one to pop your ult, odds are you're going to lose that fight. That's just how the game works, unfortunately. So because we had ours last, we were able to full send their shit. And they were not able to capitalize on their Invis-Woman ult enough. Like, they could have just tried to wipe us with that, but they didn't walk forward. They couldn't put enough pressure. Honestly, they probably should have put the Invis-Woman ult a little bit further up. Instead of placing the ult, like, right here on the corner, if they put it more into the open, they would have gotten so much more space. I would have actually been forced to back up, and so would have our tank. But because of the placement, honestly, we had too much space to still work with.
I'm opening a portal.
Oh yeah, now I have ult again, and they have no support ults. They portal? They portal into the worst fucking spot possible. Right into this little hallway. We Moon Knight Squirrel ult it. Like, what are you gonna do? Even though they punish her ult, like, you have the squirrels after you. That's a big eye. I do die from that. Oh, it's a really big eye for them, actually. But I think we're just even now. Like, that ultimate just got them even with us. It looks like they're wiping us. Yeah, at this point, it's just our Thor on point, it looks like. Oh, we have an Invis-Woman too, but she's backing up. Here we just get so split. I walk down here to help Inviswoman, and she runs all the way around, is getting chased. So now me and this Strange are alone down here. We have no healers, we have no other DPS, so they just get to walk at us, and we die. And that costs us the whole point. So here I think I should have been a bit more aware, same with the Strange. I should have been a bit more aware where healers are going as opposed to just where they were, and as well as like where my cloak was, because I have no idea where my cloak was that fight. If I was a little bit more aware and I focused more on getting them back into the fight rather than me getting into the fight, we might have been able to stall long enough. But she was getting pressured. The Inviswoman was forced off the point, so even if I did that, I'm not sure if that could have been enough. Just little things that we could try differently though. This is such a good angle to hold. I love this point on Squirrel Girl. There's so many different angles that you can hold where you're not even peeking them and you can ricochet your bombs to still hit them. Just waiting for a regroup. We don't want to stagger any more than we already have. Our cloak unfortunately gets picked. Our cloak gets picked, but we're still able to hold this corner well enough before or until she gets back. They can't walk back. So, ooh! That Bucky ult scared me, dude. He wants me off the high ground, and it did work to get me off the high ground. Yeah, so this Moon Knight ult gives us a lot of space. It forces whoever's back here to back up, and this Luna no longer can walk backward. So looking at her and Bucky, but then they get healed like crazy, damn. As their Cloak and Dagger ult and our Inviswoman ult. But ours wears off before theirs. But as soon as the ult wears off... Yeah, so I got the timing right this time. We did it. We did it, boys. I learned from my Psylock the game before. We're waiting. And then as soon as I know the ult's about to go down, I toss this. And it's in this tiny little hallway. Forces everybody to back up, gets a pick on the Bucky. I get their dagger off the high ground. And then I come to help my team with the Strange. And then I can't get the rocket thing before he revives. God damn it. Still a really good play. Yeah, so just trying to place pressure on the backline, holding angles. And then we hear the Punisher ult. We know we don't have any ults to help with that, so what we're gonna do is we're just backing up. We're backing up, we're giving space. We're gonna rock around the corner. He can't shoot us. Ult's done, now we can push. And now they're so far forward. It's such a big Strange ult. So now, because they walk so far forward with the Punisher ult wears off. All we have to do, our Strange jumps up and ults their whole fucking team because they're pushed up too far. And we wipe them for it. It was a really, really big Strange ult. Okay, this shit is so funny, though. I love this part of the game. Is there gonna be their very last push? Oh. Okay, so what happened was my Inviswoman and my Cloak and Dagger, I think, accidentally ulted at the same time the fight before. So my Inviswoman tells my Cloak and Dagger, okay, you ult first. So my Cloak and Dagger goes, okay, and presses Q. Okay, I'll ult first. And she presses Q. So she ults into the spawn. And my Inviswoman goes, not what I meant, but okay.
30 seconds.
So whatever. They can't walk up. Ult's gone, now they probably are gonna walk up, right? But we hear that the Strange is porting, so we're getting ready. Because you know that voice line plays. I'm opening a portal. And this is the worst possible spot once again. And that's GG. And that is GG. Strange decides we're gonna portal onto the high ground, which is not a bad idea, but into this little confined tiny area in which it is very easy for these DPS to place their ultimates on. So my Moon Knight clicks his, I click mine. Nobody even makes it out of that hallway. nobody makes it out of that hallway. If the Strange ported in the air, the thing is he tried last time and it didn't work. If he ports in the air and everybody's a bit more like tactical about how they exit the portal, they're probably able to do a lot more. Like if he places it really high in the air and then the supports come in from the other side of it, maybe and jump like behind or something, they might not get hit by our ultimates. But because he did this, their whole team gets wiped. Yeah, that's the game. My 50 kill Psylocke Squirrel Girl game. Yeah, it wasn't even overtime. It wasn't like they got past the second point. It was genuinely, we cut them out there. All right, let me know if you guys like that kind of content. I might do things like this more often if you guys are interested. If you feel like you learned anything, I hope you did. It's always good for me to VOD review my own shit. It's like the best way to learn. And I know it's also good to watch other people's gameplay and learn from it as well. So I'm hoping that we all get a little bit of something out of it, you know?